If you are planning to travel to the United States for the FIFA World Cup this summer, stop whatever you are doing and watch this video first. A massive travel warning has just been issued. Over 120 organizations are telling international fans to think twice before booking that flight to America. And the rules around visas, border checks, and entry requirements have changed dramatically. This is not a rumor. This is happening right now. Welcome back to Immigration Updates today. I am glad you are here because this update affects millions of people worldwide. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will be held between June 11 and July 19, and it could bring as many as 10 million visitors to 11 cities across the United States, making it the largest sporting event in history. But here is the problem. The immigration landscape in America right now is unlike anything we have seen before a World Cup. New travel bans, new visa bond requirements, new border enforcement rules. All of this is in place just weeks before the tournament begins. This week, a landmark travel advisory was released that every international traveler needs to know about. Let us break it all down, section by section. What is this travel advisory and who issued it? The American Civil Liberties Union and Amnesty International, along with more than 120 civil society groups, issued a travel advisory for foreigners attending the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States. This is not a small group of activists. This is one of the largest civil rights coalitions in American history coming together to warn international visitors. The advisory was released in light of what these groups describe as the deteriorating human rights situation in the United States and the absence of meaningful action from FIFA, host cities, or the U.S. government. The advisory warns fans, players, journalists, and all other visitors to exercise caution and have an emergency plan when traveling to and within the United States. Why does this matter? Because these are not empty words. This advisory comes with specific documented risks that every traveler needs to understand before they arrive. The 6 key risks outlined in the advisory points to 6 specific areas of risk. Let us go through the most important ones. Risk number 1, denial of entry at the border. The advisory warns of arbitrary denial of entry and risk of arrest, detention, or deportation of non-U.S. nationals, even those with prior authorization from the U.S. government. A visa or ESTA does not guarantee admission, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers have broad discretion to admit, detain, or deny entry at ports of entry. This means even if you have a valid visa in your passport, a customs officer at the airport can still turn you away. That has always been technically true, but enforcement right now is at a much higher level than in previous years. Risk number 2, phone searches and social media screening. U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents are searching travelers' phones at an increasing rate at ports of entry, including their social media activity, with over 55,000 searches in fiscal year 2025 alone. If you have posts on your phone or social media accounts that officers consider suspicious, you could face delays, questioning, or even be denied entry. Risk number 3, heightened risk for certain groups. Those from immigrant communities, racial and ethnic minority groups, and LGBTQ individuals have been and continue to be disproportionately targeted and affected by the administration's policies, and as such are most vulnerable to serious harm when traveling to and within the United States. Risk number 4, transgender and non-binary travelers. For transgender and non-binary persons traveling to the United States, recent federal regulations suggest that travelers must apply for visas using sex assigned at birth. Failure to do so could risk increased scrutiny or denial of entry to the United States. If this applies to you or someone you know, please take note of this carefully. Travel bans. 39 countries are affected. Now let us talk about travel bans, because this is one of the most serious issues for World Cup fans. On January 1, 2026, the U.S. expanded its visa restrictions from 19 to 39 countries. Currently, these 39 countries are subject to varying degrees of visa suspension, including full visa restrictions in 19 countries and partial restrictions in another 20. Nearly all affected countries have suspended issuance of visitor visas, which most individuals will need to attend World Cup matches in the United States. Of the 48 nations that have qualified for the tournament, fans from Ivory Coast, Haiti, Iran, and Senegal are all subject to the ban. As of April 2026, there is still no clarity on how regular fans from these countries will be able to attend games in the USA. There is also a very complicated situation around the Iranian national team. Due to the ongoing tensions between the United States, Israel, and Iran, the Iranian team's participation remains up in the air. The Iranian Federation formally asked FIFA to move its 3 World Cup group games from the United States to Mexico, but their request was denied. What about athletes? Both travel ban proclamations carve out an exception for athletes participating in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The exception covers athletes, coaches, people in a necessary support role, and the immediate relatives of athletes. It does not cover spectators, journalists, corporate sponsors, or extended family. So if you are a fan, not a player, you do not automatically get that exception. The Visa Bond program, up to $15,000 to enter this, is a brand new requirement that most people have not heard about yet, and it could be a massive financial shock. As of April 2026, the U.S. State Department expanded its Visa Bond program. The program requires citizens or nationals from 50 countries to pay a bond of up to $15,000 before traveling to the U.S. temporarily for business or pleasure. 5 World Cup competitor countries, Algeria, Cabo Verde, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Tunisia, are impacted by this bond requirement. The bond is refundable, but only if you leave the United States on time and follow all the rules of your visa. If you overstay even a single day, you lose that money. Analysts warn that the bond could add thousands of dollars to the cost of a family trip, effectively pricing out middle-class supporters from countries such as Senegal, Tunisia, and Cabo Verde. There is also a system called the FIFA Pass, which was launched to help fans get faster visa appointments. While the program may help some travelers get a visitor visa more quickly, it does not guarantee a visa. All FIFA Pass applicants remain subject to the same vetting procedures and restrictions that are in place for others. In other words, fans from countries subject to a travel ban will not be able to come to the United States to watch a game, even if they already have a World Cup ticket and have used the FIFA Pass system. What the US government and FIFA say, it is important to be fair here. Not everyone agrees with the advisory. The White House called the advisory ridiculous scare tactics driven by activist groups and stated that the 2026 World Cup will be one of the greatest and most spectacular events in the history of mankind. The U.S. Travel Association argued that the advisory misrepresents the experience of the vast majority of visitors to the U.S., which welcomed 67 million international travelers last year. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says it is fully dedicated to ensuring the safety and success of the FIFA World Cup 2026 and is focused on facilitating secure travel for athletes, officials, fans, and visitors. So there are 2 very different messages coming from different sides. What should you believe? The safest approach is to be informed and prepared regardless of which side you trust. What you should do right now here is what we recommend for every international traveler planning to attend the World Cup. Step 1. Check if your country is on the travel ban list or the visa bond list. Do this immediately. These lists can change, so check the official U.S. State Department website directly. Step 2. If you need a visitor visa, apply as soon as possible. Appointments are filling up fast. Travel management firms are already advising clients to build much longer lead times into their travel plans. Step 3. Secure your electronic devices before traveling. Remove sensitive information from your phone and turn off facial recognition or fingerprint passwords before arriving at a U.S. port of entry. Step 4. Alert your family, friends, or trusted colleagues of your plans to travel to and within the U.S., including your dates and destinations. This is a simple but very important safety step. Step 5. Know your rights. Research what you are and are not required to answer at the border. Having this knowledge before you arrive can protect you significantly. Step 6. If you are from a visa waiver country and have an approved ESTA, your path to the US is smoother, but you still need to arrive prepared and be ready to answer questions at the border. Let us quickly summarize everything we covered today. 1. Over 120 major civil rights organizations issued a formal travel advisory for World Cup travelers coming to the United States. 2. 39 countries are under full or partial travel bans, meaning their citizens cannot get visitor visas to enter the U.S. 3. 50 countries are now subject to a visa bond program, requiring payments of up to $15,000 before entry. 4. Phone searches at airports have increased dramatically, and your social media can be reviewed by border officers. 5. The FIFA Pass system helps with faster visa appointments, but does not guarantee approval and does not override any bans or bonds. 6. Athletes and their immediate families have special exemptions, but fans and journalists do not automatically qualify. This is one of the most important immigration updates of 2026, and it affects millions of people from dozens of countries. Whether you are going to the World Cup as a fan, a journalist, or to support someone you love, knowing these rules before you travel could save you from serious problems at the border. If this video helped you, please share it with your family and friends who are planning to travel this summer. They need to see this. And if you are not subscribed to Immigration Updates Today yet, please do that right now. We cover real immigration changes as they happen, in plain language, so you always know what is going on before it affects you. Stay informed, stay safe, and we will see you in the next video.